A little bit better skin, please. I want to feel like it's raining on me, okay?
Non-stop pop FM.
What's the difference between your wife and a hand grenade? Nothing. Once you take off the ring, they take half your house.
But he wants to deal with. So we have.
Is he bisexual or he's straight?
No, he's not bisexual. Oh. Baby, I like a real man. Okay. All right, a real man.
I would say that a real man wouldn't allow his woman, not even allow, wouldn't get into a serious relationship with the woman that is open on her end and other men are smashing her. He's not secure in his position in a relationship to set boundaries and say, hey, I don't want you talking to other women and other men. So therefore, he is insecure and it is an ego. He lacks ego. He lacks confidence.
No. Well, so when you speak of a real man, you're speaking of my father. That's a real man.
So why don't you date a man like your father?
Oh, I'm looking for a man like my daddy. I'm looking for like a man like my daddy.
Time out.
A man doesn't, because what you convert and who you claim to be makes you a real man. A real man is what you stand by and what you live by every single day.
Real quick.
My father is a man that wakes up and he's peaceful. He prays for me. He sends me good energy.
I got it, Nay.
That's a man. I got it, Nay.
Calm down.
He should have asked her if her dad would be happy the fact that she's got an open relationship and she can sleep with whoever she wants. Because I'm gonna guess and say he probably isn't. And another question I would have asked is, if you're happy in your relationship and you think the man you're with is a real man, then why did she say she's looking for a man like her dad?
Real quick, Nate, when you speaking and not cut you off, I'm the host. You got to stop talking. We're not going to go on these long rants.
I'm not going to stop talking because you the host. Because when you speak, I give you nothing but respect.
Time out. If you're not going to,
respect.
It's very simple, Nate. If you're not going to,
so we're gonna sit here, we're gonna debate all day, baby. I'm a boy.
Fair enough, baby. That's what you think.
You gonna love me too.
Yeah, these are the rules of the podcast, and all the girls heard.
So only the host could speak when everyone else is talking.
You still speak. Time out. You still speaking while I'm speaking.
I am.
Got it. Slow it down. Right? You just admitted that.
Don't invite nobody on your podcast.
You just admitted that your man ain't that man, that your father is that man.
No, he is that man.
No, he ain't. Your man isn't that man. You just admitted that.
I don't have to cheat with him. I feel sorry for whoever you date because, baby, I could never be trapped in the box.
We actually going to end this. You up out of here. It's time for you to go.
I ain't going nowhere. And I let him talk. The whole time he spoke. But we know his podcast.
It is what it is. Nah, I'm good, mama. I'm good, mama. Don't touch me, mama. I'm good, mama. Don't touch me.
Nice meeting you.
Nah, come on, man.
Step out.
Respectfully.
He a little bitch.
Step out. Step out. Get up out of here.
You see how she acted when there was a difference of opinion and she didn't like the truth? She flipped out and went crazy. That's probably how she lives her life. I bet that's how she treats her man as well. And if you're with someone and you really don't want them to do something that extreme, which is fair enough, then if you got respect for yourself, then you should leave. Otherwise, this guy is right in what he said. You're not a real man. And I don't know why that triggered her. And all the women in the comments agree with the guy. Let's call this for what it is. He stated facts and she didn't like it. I don't understand why she is so upset. That's the lifestyle she chose and I don't get it.
Man invented that car you're privileged enough to be sitting in right now.
Men make up 50% of the population. 99% of the perpetrators of sexual abuse are male. 90% of violent physical assault charges are men. 95% of serious domestic charges are also men. Thanks.
No, thank you for showing us that you don't care about anything else but painting men in a bad light. Now, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time questioning the validity of the statistics you brought us today. However, I will bring you some of my own. So let's take a look at 2019. When we look at the male population within the U.S. in 2019, we can see that it was around 161.7 million. When we look at the amount of males arrested for violent crime in 2019, aka some of the examples that you brought up, we see that that number is 283,467. Therefore, out of the entire male population within the U.S. in 2019, about 0.001% of those males actually committed those atrocities. 0.1%. Less than 1%. But since you like to abuse statistics so much, I'm fine with bringing up how 95% of firefighters are men. 85% of police officers are men. 82% of the active duty military is men. 86% of engineers are men. 97% of steel workers are men. 93% of construction workers are men. 97% of bricklayers are men. 90% of mine workers are men. General surgeons, 77. Neurosurgeons, 90. Orthosurgeons, 94. 84% of farmers, ranchers, etc. are men. Shall I continue? We can honestly do this pointless dance all day. The post you decided to reply to was literally a woman attempting to make an argument for why men as a whole should not have rights within our society. And you decided to foot stomp this. Instead of just admitting that men and women are important, you just want to go back and forth and inaccurately represent what the average man is actually doing within our society. You can tell who truly cares about unity and who truly just cares about division and making their feelings be heard.
You want to know a crazy fact, since we're talking about statistics? The demographic that suffers the most from domestic violence is lesbian women. And the demographic that suffers the least from domestic violence is, yep, you guessed it, gay men. So that little analysis right there should tell you everything you need to know. Imagine if God had made women the stronger sex. I said this before, yeah? Domestic violence would be through the roof. Seriously, it'd be crazy.
All of this happened because I got laid.
Speak the truth.
Gender can be fluid and it does not affect other people. It does not affect other people's lives.
I literally just showed you an example where it affects other people. Women who don't want to share those spaces. Now you're saying that those women's spaces should be defined by their biological sex at birth. Yes or no?
I don't know. What I'm saying.
So it literally affects other people. You're really nice. But the cult got you.
The cult. You think people being told they can have a certain gender or a certain sexuality is a cult?
People thinking you can pretend to be something you're not and the whole world's going to go along with it, including the people, yes, it affects, is a cult. And you, like, I feel for you because you're stuck in the cult.
So you're telling me that a woman has to go work like a man every day, and a man goes work and he's tired when he gets home. A woman's not tired. She has to clean, cook, do the dishes, do the laundry. Are you kidding me?
Why don't you want to do that?
What are you talking about? Why don't I want to do that? You know how tiring that is? Have you done that?
First of all,
I do it every day.
First of all, do not choose a woman who don't want to be a woman.
Right.
So you don't want to be a woman. No, you don't want to be a woman.
Yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument. It's a sign of low intelligence. You can lower your voice and speak to me. I'm sitting right here. I can hear you.
And you're yelling.
All this, I cook and I clean and yeah, that's part of your function. But when your tire is flat, my function is to make sure you have a new tire.
But
when your car need an oil change, it's my job to make sure these people ain't ripping you off. We have different duties and functions and responsibilities. And if you don't love your duty, your function, your responsibility, you're not fit to be a wife, period.
Pretty simple. It shouldn't even be a debate. This is how far we've gone as a society. But anyway, if you work and she doesn't, then she should look after the house. If you both work the same amount of hours, then you should split the chores at the house. If you work and she doesn't, but you've got kids, then you should obviously help out a little bit around the house. And that's it. Not hard, is it? Sometimes you're going to be tired and she might do more. Sometimes she's going to be tired and you might step in. It's really not that hard. It shouldn't even be a debate. This generation's finished.
2023, what was our body count?
Oh shit! 2023? 40.
Really? You just make that up?
No. Ish.
Okay, listen, I've confirmed it. My husband no longer cares about me. Okay, so this morning when I woke up in a really bad mood. Okay, I don't know why I woke up in a bad mood, but I was just in a bad mood. And I wanted to talk to him about it. I really did. So when he asked me the first time, he said, "What's wrong with you? You're acting like you're in a bad mood or something." I said, "No, I'm fine." Okay, so then he asks again. He was like, "No, I can tell something's wrong with you. What's going on? Is there something wrong?" And I said, "No, I'm fine." And then he never asked me again. He never asked again. And what hurts the most is that I was going to tell him on that third time. I was going to tell him the third time that he asked. And then he just must not care. He must not give a single shit what's wrong with me because he didn't ask for the third time. He did not persist with the questions. He asked twice and he let it go. Who does that? Who does that?
I'll tell you who does that. Somebody who doesn't care about their wife. That's who does that. Somebody who's probably cheating on her. Somebody who is preoccupied talking to somebody else all day. He hasn't even texted me today to ask me what was wrong. He hasn't, because he hasn't thought twice about it. He has not let it consume his thoughts. It's been consuming mine. I've been unwell all day. The only way for him to properly make up for this.
All right, let's say you had a boyfriend and he wanted you to change outfits because he thought, you know, you're dressing a little bit too wild. What would you tell him? What would you tell him?
I have had that happen and I break up with them because that's controlling and I don't fuck with that.
You broke up with them?
Yeah.
A few other girls told me the same thing.
Nice.
And so my final question to that is, if a dad is considered a good dad for, you know, encouraging his daughter to dress modestly, why is a boyfriend considered controlling if he wants the same for his girl?
Oh, that's so interesting. Here you go.
It's pretty simple, isn't it? If you can't be modest for your husband, then just don't be in a relationship. I never understood this. It's the same with cheating. If you can't control yourself, just leave. And also, if you're a man and that's what you want in a woman and she's not doing it, there's no point trying to change her, because that ain't gonna happen. You can't control people, so once again, just leave. Anyway, that's the end of the video, so I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.